Here we are doing a install on a pool heater. This is a STA-RITE. So it should just be a swap out. We shouldn't have to change any of the plumbing or anything like that. We already took the covers off, and we're gonna go ahead and get into this electrical and plumbing. All right, so here's your electrical. You got your red and black. Those are your hots coming in. Usually your black's gonna be, or your red's gonna be your hot. Then you got your ground right here. So make sure you turn off your breakers, turn off everything before you start messing with any of this. And then it's simple as just unhooking like this. All right, now once you got them all disconnected, you're just gonna take these 3 wires out and you're gonna pull this through. All right, this is your main electrical coming in. This is it disconnected fully. And then if you wanna come over here, I'll follow you. So this is your automation wire. Your automation wire is what's gonna be controlling it. There's a little lizard up here. Hey little guy, you might wanna get down from there. But so this is your automation wire. This is gonna control it from your automation, which is up here. That's where your auto, your service, your timeout. It's pretty much just the main controller is telling you to turn it on and off from either your phone or whatever Wi-Fi controller you have. That is going to be on the inside of here. It's going to be hooked up to your 2 fireman switches, and all you have to do for that is just simply pull them out. Oh, and as you can see, guys, you got some roaches and stuff in here. These guys right here, they will climb all up on these fuse boards and all this stuff, and if they get behind the ignition control board, there's the transformer hookups. I've seen them burn stuff out. I've seen this off, so it's really important to come in here once a month and just really try and clean these guys out, or maybe put some traps in there or something like that. But we won't mess with them since we're taking them out. All right. All right, here's your gas line. Depending on what state you're in, you're either gonna have to have a technician come out and do it, or you should be able to do it yourself, depending, like I said, depending on your state. You're gonna have to look at your laws and everything like that. So here's your union. This is where you're gonna wanna break the gas line, and that's where you'll be able to disconnect. Show over here. This is your gas valve. That's where it's gonna hook up into. All right, so this is your plumbing hookup. This is your water manifold. You got your inlet always on top for these STA-RITEs. Pentair and STA-RITE, your inlet's always gonna be on top. Most of the new pool heaters the same way. And you got your outlet on bottom. Simple as just taking your little breaker right here and just taking off both of these connections. Now, the biggest thing with the water, you got these little black gaskets on the inside of those. So if you push them out and everything like that, it's gonna be a pain in the ass trying to get them in. Sometimes you have to use like little glue or something trying to get them in there. But if you can keep it to where they don't fall out, it'll make your life a lot easier. Okay, so we got everything disconnected. You got your water, your gas, and your electrical. After that, it's ready to come on out. Should slide right on out. But depending on the condition of the unit, this one feels like there's some water in it. So before you try and load it up or anything like that, you might just want to dump it out. On the inside of there, if you want to break it down, there's a heat exchanger in there, copper. But other than that, this thing is strictly just trash. All right, here we are opening up the brand new one. Just got it out the box. First thing you want to do is prep it for the electrical, so we'll go ahead and go over that. This is a 200, which means it's going to be doing 200 gallons per minute, a degree a minute. We'll get back with you whenever we have it ready. All right, so whenever you want to prep it for your electrical, so this fireman switch in here, this is if you have an automation system, you want to just go ahead and pull this out. It's just 2 terminals, and you're going to hook the automation right back up to it, and they carry the same current, so it doesn't matter if you hook it up left or right or left. And then you just want to go ahead and take off that, get these wires ready. All right, we're going to bring it over there and set her in there. All right, we got the new pool heater in, and the old spot is the old one. So biggest thing on these water hookups, you want to go ahead and do the water first. But those black gaskets in there, those are the ones that I was talking about. You got to pay attention to. So whenever you line this thing up, you really want to get it pretty snug before you try and get it on there. But we'll go ahead and do that. All right, plumbing is connected. We're just making the final final tightenings right now. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and run this automation wire right up through the same holes. I like running it right here, especially whenever the automation is ran this way. So sometimes the automation will be off the same electrical, the gray cord running through the same one, and it'll just be a longer line coming out, and you can run it all the way through here, and you can run it still back up into this box in here. But with one like this, it gives you a lot of extra line to play with, so we'll run it over here. Just sneak him inside that little black thing right there. Make sure that's good. A little holder. All right, and like I said, each one of these terminals is gonna hook right up into these where that fireman switch was. All right, and as you can see, these two are connected. So usually whenever you come up and you have to put in a brand new automation system like that, all they did was just cut the old fireman switch, like the one that was just sitting there. You just cut it right there, and then you just tie your two automation wires in. All right, next we're gonna go ahead and hook up this electrical right here, and then we'll be right back. There we go, it's in there. This ain't going nowhere. All we gotta do now is just close it. Red to red, black to black, green to green. So sometimes I'll get blue wires, sometimes I'll get gray wires, sometimes I'll get all that. You want to try and keep your colors matched up as well as possible. All right, whenever you got those in there, you just want to fold those over because that cover has to go back over there. There's a little spot right here where the lines go right in here, and then right over here there's two little wire holders. They're not going to really hold the wires in. It's just it's nice if you can get them to just line up with that. And then after that, all we're going to do is put the cover back on. All right, just putting the cover back on the junction box. There's a 1/4 little nut driver right here, 1/4 inch. Now down here you have your lightning rod. Usually people have the copper line running from every single unit just to protect from lightning strikes. You have a couple on the unit, so those are over there. All right, junction box is on. All we got to do is hook up this gas and let's get this thing going. So whenever you tighten up the gas valve, make sure you have that backup on that gas valve, because you will turn the entire block right here, which means it'll pull this over, it's going to pull your lines over, and so they'll really lay flat. And I've seen that. I've had to come up and realign those a couple times because people don't put a backup wrench on the gas valve itself. That should be good. Now it should be a matter of hooking up the union. And remember guys, always leak check your work with gas. It's just water and soap, just like you would check for a car tire leak. All right, we'll go ahead and leak check everything, get everything tidied up, and then we'll get right back with you. All right, a big thing with your electrical, especially whenever you're hooking up a new unit. So as you can see that this is your 240 volt right here. So you got 240 and you got the 120. If you put in the wrong plug, it's gonna short the system out. You're gonna be completely fucked. So always, whenever you're doing a replacement or anything like that, just pay attention to what was used before. Sometimes I like taking these just to have extra, but always make sure you see what you had in there before. Another way to tell is come over here by the, and I'm no electrician, but what I've encountered is if there's ever a double on and off breaker, that's your 240s. This is going to be your 120, 240, 120. So if you can see that the pull heater's on a 240, and you know this is going to be a 240, and then obviously if you know it's on 120, you can try it with that 120 first. But the easiest way of doing it is just making sure that you look at the old unit and see what it had. If not, you're gonna have to bring out your multimeter and check your power in and see. So upon final hookup and everything like that, all you gotta do is just turn on the gas valve and we should be ready to go. We're already in startup system, so that's gonna go ahead and try and fire up right now. That 200 is a smaller burner, but there you go, man, it's up and running. We're gonna run it for about 10 to 15 minutes, make sure the initial startup is good. For that first hour, you're gonna have a real bad smell with it. Very normal, it's all the oils burning off from the factory. But like I said, let it run for 10 to 15 minutes. All right, so you have these two clips, they're right here on the side. So this black thing, it comes up. So with how the water is coming down off the roof and stuff like that, you really want to turn it to where the nameplate can be protected the best. So sometimes it might be this way, sometimes it might be this way, sometimes it might be this way, but you definitely have the option to move it however you want. All right, guys, happy customer, completed job. Ready to go ahead and take this one away and going on to the next call.